Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the first episode of Dynasty Dweebs. Hell yeah. Fantasy Chefs is dead. Welcome to Dynasty Dweebs. This is going to be a channel/podcast mainly focused on Dynasty Fantasy Football, but of course we can always do a couple videos on redraft and so on. So today we're going to be covering QB rankings going about 1 to 25. I'm joined here with Jim Brooks.
How's it going?
Pretty good. This is going to be the two of us to start for a while probably. I don't think it's going to be anyone else. So number 1, I got Pat Mahomes. By the way, I'm just making sure everyone knows this is Dynasty Football, not redraft rankings, Dynasty rankings.
At this point, I have Lamar over Pat, mainly because of the running ability. Because, if he's putting up 75 yards a game rushing, getting you 7.5 points right there, and who knows
but how do you feel about the Madden curse? He's on the cover of Madden.
Mahomes just won the Super Bowl with the Madden curse, buddy.
All right, I had Lamar at number 2. Do you have Mahomes at number 2 then?
Yeah.
I just like Mahomes more just because
I think he's more well-rounded as a
he's
quarterback.
A better throw.
Yeah, he definitely
is.
Weapons,
the weapons are better, I think.
We'll see what the draft brings in terms of what the Ravens do. Whether they go with a receiver round 1, offensive line, linebacker. I mean, with how deep the draft is, from what everyone's saying, they can be loaded.
Yeah.
Maybe a possible Antonio Brown.
Maybe. I think if you take either one of these, you're set for 2+ years for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to set it and forget it. Number 3, I went Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I did too.
With D-Hop, they really got the uptick. Yeah, D-Hop, Christian Kirk. I mean, they lost David Johnson. Yeah, they lost David Johnson, but he sucked anyways.
They brought Kenyon Drake in, and he already kind of replaced him last year. So
Kenyon Drake's a beast.
I hate Kenyon Drake.
I put Deshaun Watson after Kyler Murray.
I went Josh Allen at number 4.
I don't know. I like Watson. I like Watson over Allen.
I think with Watson losing D-Hop, their running backs aren't exactly.
They got Brandon Cooks. Yeah,
but Brandon Cooks has been all over the place in his career so far. I mean,
I think there's going to be a lot of screen and wheel route with David Johnson. I mean, he's going to help out a lot more than Duke Johnson was doing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think there's a significant drop-off from DeAndre Hopkins to Brandon Cooks. Not that I don't think Deshaun's still a great quarterback. He definitely is.
They need to. I don't know what pick they have, but they should draft a receiver. They got to get something in there. I mean, I know the O-line's not the best either.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I had Josh Allen.
That's where I had Deshaun.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love Josh Allen with, like I said,
They added Diggs,
Diggs and John Brown, Singletary. They got Dawson Knox at tight end. He was a rookie last year.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's possible they could look to replace Singletary in this upcoming draft, too.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Singletary.
We'll see. I mean, he's a second year back, so.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is where it gets, after this top 5, it's going to be a little different for me.
Yeah. This is where I got a little bit more.
I went Danny Dimes. With my next pick.
I had Russell Wilson at 6.
Okay. I went Daniel Jones because he's already shown a lot of potential, and I think we got a full healthy year with Saquon. Maybe get a little help on the O-line. I know they got Golden Tate, Sterling Shepard. They really need another receiver.
Sterling Shepard was...
Because those guys are just...
He's had some bad injuries last year. Didn't he have multiple concussions?
Yeah, he did. He went back-to-back. I mean, I like Evan Ingram the best on that team for a pass catcher. He's a beast. I mean, I like Evan Ingram way more than Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate. But I think... down the long run, if they get a star receiver in there, Daniel Jones is going to be good. I mean, he's got legs too.
Mm-hmm. He's not slow, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I like Russell, though, also.
I just think it just got complicated where to put players when Russell Wilson's still in the prime of his career, but
I have Russell Wilson
I did.
on my list. He's
I just
so
I didn't know where to put players. Like, how many years are we trying to have quarterbacks for? Like,
right. Yeah, I get
he
it.
could be like realistically, like at least 3 years. Now, are you going to be able to find another quarterback in 3 years through rookie drafts in the coming years? Probably, but I have no idea.
Yeah,
I think he's someone
put
who
Russell
can.
so far down my list just because that's not who I'm gonna draft. Like I'm
That's
like,
fair.
but I mean, like if you were gonna go like youth running back, if you were gonna wait, then might as well take Russell Wilson. I would rather have him than like Aaron Rodgers. All right, next I had Baker, and it killed me to put him there.
I had Dak at 7.
Okay. I put Baker just because I think Odell isn't actually getting traded. And they're literally going to have Odell, they're keeping Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Austin Hooper, Jarvis Landry.
I mean, in reality, their offense, all they really added was Austin Hooper, and they didn't have a bad tight end before that in Njoku. And he's still on the team if I'm.
He was just hurt.
Yeah, he had a pretty bad injury. Yeah. I mean, they have a star-studded receiving core and a backfield, but talent doesn't always translate.
He slumped.
I think Freddie Kitchens as that first-year head coach wasn't exactly a great choice.
For sure. All right, I had Dak after that.
I had Carson Wentz at 8. Now.
Okay, so see, this is literally a conversation. Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz. So which one did you like more?
I like Dak. I think he has better receivers around him.
Yeah, I agree.
At this point, I think the Eagles are definitely going to be drafting a receiver early in this draft.
Yeah.
I mean, they added a nice piece in Darius Slay to their secondary, which also had a lot of trouble last year.
True.
It was, if you had a player against the Eagles, you started him.
Yeah, I really did. Yeah. I'd say Dak over Wentz. Just because, like, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup's really going to be a beast in a couple of years. He's going to be so good as their number one eventually.
I mean, they signed Amari for a while, so.
Yeah. Okay, now it's like kind of. I knew that. So after Dak and Wentz, it's getting a little down. I went Stafford. I went Matt Stafford.
Wow.
He's like 31 still, I think. And he's got Kenny G. He's got the boys.
Marvin Jones.
He's got the Detroit boys.
I don't know.
Motor
City doesn't look too strong.
Bum-ass running back out of there, though.
Don't talk shit about Carry-On.
Dude, they can drop him, bro. They can put
at this point, they're not worried about him being a workhorse back. It's already kind of down to a committee at Detroit. They have Carry-On. I think the other Ty Johnson, I think.
Well, then they had
a Bo Scarborough or something.
Bo Scarborough. He was like he was there for a while, for the last couple weeks. So who'd you have at this spot after?
At 9, that's where I put Aaron Rodgers. And see, that's somebody like, if I had Aaron Rodgers for 2 years in this league,
right,
I'd be happy. Because, I mean, realistically, he's going to put up good numbers still.
Yeah, that's true.
With Devontae Adams, you have an elite receiver, possibly the best in the league.
They also got Devin Funchess also, and he hasn't really been proven. So I think if Adams can stay healthy, then
no more turf toe.
Yeah, I mean MVS is terrible, bro. Who's the other guy?
Valdez Scantling.
No, that's MVS. Valdez. Who's the other guy? I don't even know who the other guy is.
Geronimo Allison.
Yeah, Geronimo. Dude, they're trash cans.
Or did they get rid of?
Two high school receivers playing football. All right, after Stafford, so we're on number 10, right?
Yep.
That's Sam Darnold.
Oh my God, I forgot to put Sam Darnold in my rankings. I had Jimmy Garoppolo here.
Okay, I had Darnold And I think that you could make a case to take Darnold before this. If you
Jets franchise.
I mean, dude, he's gonna be good eventually, bro. He will be. He'll be good.
I think they said the same thing about Mark Sanchez there.
Just give him I mean, do they keep Robbie Anderson?
I think there was rumors about him going somewhere, but I can't remember if there was a deal made.
I don't know. If you want,
I mean, they don't have.
I guess you could go Darnold, but I could easily see anyone taking a veteran over Darnold. But
I just
personally,
they don't have anything special. I know they're probably going to look to move Jamal Adams now. Do you think they're going to get picks for him? Are they trying to get a player for him? I don't know.
That'd be a shame because that defense is good, man. I like the Jets defense. It's just
the offense needs a lot of help.
Doesn't do anything.
I mean, Le'Veon Bell didn't exactly impress a whole lot of people.
Doesn't even need to be in the league, man.
It was a shame. I was honestly expecting him
to be low on my
tear the league up.
He'll be real low. He'll be way low in my RB rankings when we do those. Mm-hmm. All right, next I had Drew Lock.
I had Jared Goff.
Okay. I hate Jared Goff, and he will never be on any of my teams. I cannot stand him, especially with Brandon Cooks gone and Todd Gurley gone. I can't imagine what he's going to do.
Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp.
And Gerald Everett.
And Everett, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying Drew Lock has a lot of credibility either, but I think Drew Lock could be a gunslinger with Courtland Sutton. That man makes incredible catches.
Hold up.
Jim, do I have all your work clothes?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna wash them now.
Keep it in.
No cuts.
So, Jared Goff isn't exactly. I don't know.
Okay, here.
I think Sean McVay can figure it out to make him.
Okay, yeah. That's fair.
A decent quarterback that you wouldn't mind having on your team.
Would you rather have Sam Darnold or Jared Goff?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
I think he just has more weapons around him to.
No, I mean that's true. He does. Yeah. I guess if I was gonna take Darnold, I would make sure I had a vet.
Just someone else that you can actually plug and play in if he goes into a slump, or gets
to be honest, I don't want anyone outside of my top 10. There's just no point of me taking them.
There's a couple guys I put lower that I still wouldn't mind having, but not. I mean, I wouldn't prefer to have them. I'd obviously rather have a top 5 guy, but
yeah. All right, my next pick was Haskins. I had put Dwayne Haskins here.
Wow, that's shocking.
I don't know.
Jesus. I had Baker at 12.
If they start him, there's a lot of hot takes on my QB list because a lot of them are question marks.
You think Terry McLaurin's going to have 2,000 yards? Because Dwayne what was his career high in yards for that when he did play?
Probably had.
I don't think he got over 200
interceptions, but
I don't think he hit 200 yards in a game.
Come on, that team was just terrible though. Like the coach, I mean Gruden was terrible. But the thing is, we don't know if they're going to get Cam Newton or not still with Ron Rivera there. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if they were to get Cam Newton, dude, Haskins is not even – we're not talking about him.
No.
Because I think Cam would be there for 2+ years.
I think it's obvious they're probably going to be taking Chase Young with their draft pick in the first round. So, defensively, they're going to be – they're going to have a really great defensive front. But – for as far as Haskins goes, unless he makes a huge jump in the offseason, I wouldn't have him anywhere near.
If Cam Newton isn't on the Redskins, I'll take a pick on him. I think he could show something. I mean, they're going to be garbage time points a lot of times. They're always going to be playing behind. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to put points up. Terry McLaurin's a great threat. They need some more receiver help, and they need Darius Geis to play football.
Yikes.
But my next...
Would Well, I guess I'll get into that in the running back rankings.
My next pick was Kirk Cousins.
Are we at 12 or 13 now? I thought we were at 12, and then I just didn't get to
14.
tell you why. Okay, well, so I had Matt Ryan at 13.
Okay. Why?
Just another veteran. It's kind of the same thing that goes with like the Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers before him.
Right.
But he's another guy you could have for a couple years who's still probably going to put up good quarterback numbers as far as total yards, touchdowns.
I do wonder, though, with
Ridley.
Todd Gurley there, if they'll make it so they pass the ball less. Because literally last year, they were a garbage time city in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were just playing behind. Matty Ice was just trying to sling the. I mean, that's Hooper, man. Hayden Hurst will be good for sure. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
I think he'll definitely have a lot more
top
targets.
8, 10 tight end pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a little closer to 5. I don't know.
It's hard to break into the top 5 in tight ends if you think about it when you have Kittle, Andrews, Ertz.
Yeah. Anyways, I have Kirk Cousins at 14 because I think now that the toxic boy is gone, Stephon Diggs, Kirk Cousins can do his own jig here with him and Thielen. Rudolph will be way more involved without Stephon Diggs there. You can't go wrong with Dalvin Cook and go and play action. Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong. So
yeah, I just think losing Diggs just hurts your deep threat a lot. The ability to stretch the field and
the defense is not as good now.
Mm-hmm. The roads aren't closed anymore.
Not that he was playing that well, but. All right,
14.
So who'd you have?
This is where I was I got to this middle of the road where I put a bunch of old vets.
Mine's coming up.
Following after them, I had all the young guys who I thought could, potentially be higher. So at 14, I had Drew Brees. He's another guy who's just like a 1 or 2 year starter for you realistically. I mean, he was debating retirement, so.
If you
won
need to
last
win.
season.
If you need to win.
If you want to win now, I don't see why Drew Brees wouldn't be a great option.
Or you could just have 2 quarterbacks and just start Drew Brees when he plays at home because you know what Drew Brees is like at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went Jimmy G at 15.
Okay.
He's probably a little lower on my list. Just because I don't know. It's just like they were kind of thinking about getting rid of him to get Tom Brady, and that just makes you feel like, well, is next year going to be like a big run? Is it going to be the big run scheme again, or are they gonna try to make him pass the ball more? They have good threats. They did lose Emmanuel Sanders, but Kittle, Deebo Samuel is going to be even better probably. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if Marquise Goodwin is still on the team. I don't know.
They have, the 3 running backs they have, it's kind of like they don't need one guy pops off in their career, and they just keep giving him the ball. Mm-hmm.
They reworked his contract to keep him on the team.
Mm-hmm. At 15, I had Tom Brady.
Well, his stock price just went up.
Exactly. That is...
I think people are going to take him before this.
I 100% agree. I think in our league,
literally,
I'm not going to say a name. I'm not going to say a name that's running through my head, but
some people have him before this. Easily.
I can totally imagine one guy that we're friends with taking him very early in this draft.
But there's that one guy in all these leagues. I think they'll take Tom Brady. And Gronk's got to gain like 25 pounds.
I'm sure he's been, keeping somewhat.
I know. He doesn't look like he's football big. That's what I'm saying. He's just.
He was already huge. I know, not playing for a season can obviously derail a player, as you saw with Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
But I think for him, Gronk specifically, just getting a year off to kind of just let his body recover was worth a lot more than Le'Veon Bell, who's just holding out for money. You didn't hear any of that, did you?
Was it talking about how small Gronk is?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he's a small bod, and he needs to hit the weights, or O.J. Howard's going to start over him. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
O.J. Howard's the behemoth that doesn't catch footballs.
God.
Send him
Number
to the Bears.
16.
Number 16. I had Teddy Bridgewater. Right? I mean, come on. Why not?
Why not? I'm not sold on him.
Daniel, Christian McCaffrey. Come on.
I'm not sold on him, but I mean, he has plenty of talent around him.
Well, great for the Saints,
Just
man.
dish off the ball to McCaffrey 35 times a game.
Kyle Allen
whether
had
it's screens
games,
or.
Kyle Allen had good games. Teddy Bridgewater can handle it. I think he's
fair.
a sleeper. I think he's a sleeper. He could literally end up top 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
My number 16.
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is a guy I see. The next two guys I have are guys I think can be high risers, but they were two rookies last year who I'm just not 100% sold on. And the first one I have is Gardner Minshew.
Gardner's my next. So
I think the Jaguars just released Marquise Lee. Now, he obviously wasn't a pivotal part of their offense this past year.
Yeah.
But
it's all about
Gardner
Chark, baby.
Exactly. DJ Chark looks phenomenal. But Minshew, well, he had in his first game when he came off on fire, there was all this hype surrounding him. And I think, not that it went to his head, because he seems like a pretty humble guy for the most part. He just wasn't ready as a 6th-round draft pick kind of thing to just be thrown into the starting lineup that quick with Foles' injury.
Yeah. I just think that it looks like they're trying to just rebuild.
Yeah, with getting rid of a lot of their
They want to get rid of Leonard Fournette, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he goes to the Buccaneers.
I don't see that happening, but.
There's no way, though, right? There's no way.
I don't know. What other teams realistically could be looking for a running back?
Oh, there's not many.
Yeah.
Unless he's not a backup guy.
No, he's not.
He's a starter. All right. But just because we're doing this video now and not in August, I had Jameis Winston next because
somebody's gonna sign him.
Put him on any team as a starter. This is where I'm drafting him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Throw him on any team as a starter. This is where I would pick him.
I mean, he's going to get you some touchdowns. Now, with his LASIK eye surgery, does that cut down on his interceptions? I don't know.
I don't even know what team he can go to start. That's the thing.
I mean, I think there was rumors about the Steelers at some point, but with Roethlisberger coming back, I mean, that elbow surgery. I think Jameis was in a pretty good situation in Tampa Bay with the weapons he had surrounding him with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, Ronald Jones. But, I mean, if he's already throwing that many interceptions, I just can't imagine taking somebody has that poor lack of judgment.
He's probably going to end up in the XFL if it's still a thing.
No, it already went bankrupt.
Okay. Well, then Jameis, maybe you get on the Chargers, bro. I don't even know. And then they're already drafting a quarterback. They already have. So
I think it's probably going to be Herbert if I had to guess.
So, also there's no rookies on this draft list. So that's going to be a separate thing.
We could have waited until the draft and kind of gotten a little bit more of a idea, but
no, we're going to rank the rookies after the draft.
Okay, so we can see their landing spots, etc.
Yeah. I'm not going to rank Joe Burrow. I mean, he's going to go, but just theoretically, if they went,
yeah. Fair
If he
enough.
lands on the Dolphins instead of the Bengals, even though it probably doesn't even matter between those two trash teams.
Mm.
All right, so everyone's gonna be like, "What the hell? Why do you have Russell here?" But I have Russell Wilson here.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna get a QB, he's gonna be like, he might be here.
I mean,
If you're in 12,
if
like,
I
here's
can
the
get
thing,
a quarterback
right?
for 5
If
years,
you're-
I'm probably going to take him at an
Right.
elite level.
Right.
But who's to
So-
say? I think something we just don't know about since we've never done Dynasty before. From what I've seen, lineups change a lot. The guys we draft, we could have 25% of those players from our initial draft on our team at the end of the year.
Yeah. Also, people are gonna be like, "Well, Lamar Mahomes aren't available in my dynasty to draft them."
Mm-hmm.
No shit, obviously. This is just a list of all the players because you have to include them all because some people are starting dynasty this year, so they're available.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, obviously, this whole list is probably taken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you might not be able to draft Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan. I mean, Tom Brady's probably on your waiver wire. Maybe. I mean, before all this Buccaneers hype, he was, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Depending how deep your league is. If you're a 10-man dynasty league, I doubt Tom Brady was rostered.
Depends on who you're playing with, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. After Russell, it was basically just the old heads in the list. On Rodgers.
At 17,
He'll be
I
good.
had Drew Lock. Another guy who I thought, he could definitely be higher up on the list.
He's a lock.
He's just in that kind of conversation with Minshew where they could both move up and kind of be closer to the top 10, potential guys, but they've yet to really completely prove themselves in the league. I think overall, Drew Lock's probably in a better situation than Minshew. I think the Broncos are more well ran than the Jaguars. He has John Elway backing him.
Yeah.
So they just picked
I
up.
just like Drew Lock with Cortland Sutton.
I mean, they have a nice backfield as well, picking up Melvin Gordon. They still have Phillip Lindsay, Royce Freeman.
Rolls Royce.
I mean, obviously not all of those guys are going to get a decent amount
I
of
got
time
Noah
this
Fant
year.
too. I like Noah Fant for the coming
He is
years.
a very nice tight end. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I had Aaron Rodgers here because it's Aaron Rodgers. He's kind of a safe play, but he's kind of not. You don't really know.
The personality of Aaron Rodgers is not something I
No,
like.
I understand. He looks like Jay Cutler. He doesn't care.
God.
I mean, I hate to say that, but damn, bro, you got killed in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I don't know.
I agree.
Sorry.
At 18, I had Matt Stafford.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sleeping on staff, man?
I wanted to put him higher, but it's just I didn't want to put all the young guys so low because I know in Dynasty you're trying to draft for the potential too.
Yeah. Oh, no. Matt Stafford's a weird dude. Especially think about it in football. I mean, they're not going to win a playoff game forever. Not that matters. It's just like, I don't know. He's got great options. I mean, TJ Hawkinson, he came out of the gate with a pretty good fantasy week.
His first game was really phenomenal, and then he tapered off.
He got hurt a game, and they kind of forgot about
him.
They got Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay.
I don't think he was really meant to be a high volume receiver. He was more of a blocking tight end to begin with, but he could evolve into being more of a pass option.
Yeah, so I had Matt Ryan next.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's good. He's a good player. It's just just like I'd rather have these young guys that could probably put close to the same amount of points up as him, and they have a better future ahead of them.
But
And
they have
Ryan
New Jerseys in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Matt Ryan can't forget that they lost that Super Bowl. So he just hurts the stock of everyone around him, like Julio. Okay,
at
next
19.
All right, who'd you have?
I had Jacoby Brissett.
But Phil Rivers is there.
Fuck.
All right, scratch that.
God.
Jacoby Brissett's like my last pick.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just threw him in. Just because he was younger. I had Stidham after that, so. I don't know. The only reason I would have Stidham anywhere near draftable at this point is just because he's under Bill Belichick. McDaniels.
Yeah.
They know if Tom Brady was really a system QB all these years, they can make it work with him. I mean, when Tom Brady was hurt in, was it 2008, 2009?
Yeah.
Matt Castle came in and won a bunch of games for him. And Matt Castle wasn't a bad quarterback.
Okay, if you're going to put Stidham here, I'm putting Andy Dalton here because I think he's going to the Patriots. And Andy Dalton will take the Patriots to the playoffs.
Did you see the video?
I did.
Of him, in his backyard, throwing lasers.
He's Deadshot.
I mean, dude, the Patriots don't exactly have weapons.
Okay.
I think if you were to compare the backfield and receivers of the Bengals and the Patriots, I'd take the Bengals.
I don't know, kind of like Edelman.
Well, okay. Let's say you have a healthy A.J. Green. You have Joe Mixon, who I know you're high on. They have a terrible offensive line.
Joe Mixon's going to the Patriots.
Okay.
He's holding out.
So
I am interested to see this guy who you have.
So the Patriots, what did they have? They have Edelman. They have N'Keal Harry, their rookie that they drafted
last year. Myers.
And then they have the committee backfield of James White,
Big Sony
Michel, and Rex Burkhead. And they also have Devlin that they use at fullback a lot. I don't know. The Bengals, Tyler Boyd.
I mean, if you look at their division, it's not going to be hard to win. The Bills, I'm saying wild card. I'm saying Patriots.
I mean, I can definitely see the Bills taking the division this year.
Oh, yeah, I was saying wild card.
And then I think the Dolphins are sneakily going to be. I think in the coming years, let's see what happens with the drafts in the next coming years if the Patriots get a new quarterback, whatever they end up doing. But I think the Dolphins with Brian Flores, they looked really impressive towards the latter parts of the year last year.
Oh, I like the Dolphins.
Considering, I mean, everyone kind of almost thought they were going to go 0-16.
You got Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, a tight end, Jordan
Preston
Howard.
Williams.
I mean, that's a good little team.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I had Drew Brees next. I mean, okay, let's just Rodgers, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
They're just all on the same tier list for me, pretty much. Well, Russell Wilson has the youth, so.
Not by much.
Yeah.
I think after that, I had Derek Carr.
Chill.
Oh, shit.
I had Tannehill.
Oh my God, dude. This is where shit really hit the fan.
All right.
I didn't know what to do with Ben Roethlisberger.
Right.
So I threw him in. Then I had the Cousins, Tannehill.
I don't know why.
Which I don't even think they should be that low.
I don't know why I put Big Ben so low. Well, I put him low.
I mean, coming off his elbow injury, what's he going to do? He lost Antonio Brown, obviously. He's lost Le'Veon Bell. He still has Juju as the number one option. They signed Eric Ebron.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I think they're going to struggle to beat the Browns next year.
Yeah, I think
Ravens are going to wipe that division.
It's the Ravens' division to lose at this point.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then will the Browns be a wild? I don't see the Steelers making a wild card at this point, unless Big Ben returns to 7 years ago.
I think it's going to be a super frustrating season for the Steelers.
Yeah, I think
like
we're going to see.
That defense is legit. That defense is legit. Like, it's good. Just, I think that Big Ben is just not going to be good.
I want to see what Juju can do this year. I mean,
it's hard to do.
He got a lot of flack last year, and was it deserved?
You had
kinda. I mean,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, considering how high a lot of people were drafting him last year in redrafts, I didn't see him going that high, just because I didn't see him as a number one option at this point.
Yeah.
So it was kind of expected.
Yeah. All right, so I had Tannehill here because
he's just a game manager.
Got the deal. He's pretty good. He's got A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry. Action.
I kind of view Ryan Tannehill in the same light as Jimmy Garoppolo. They do a lot of the same things.
Tannehill, Jared Goff, Garoppolo for me. They're kind of all the same because I have Goff after Tannehill.
I think Goff is a little bit different than those quarterbacks where Goff can kind of sling the ball. I don't think those guys are doing a whole lot to kind of.
I think
Tannehill and Garoppolo.
About any of them really.
Yeah, I feel like just Garoppolo and Tannehill are kind of the same as not Lamar, but almost if they're not in the lead, they're in trouble. Catching up in a game is where I think they struggle.
Well, you can say that about Lamar if you want.
That's why I was trying to kind of go with that point because
they were
kind of all with
running the ball
out the clock
and being ahead of the game.
Yeah, and just having so much of the time of possession, it was insane.
Exactly. All right, let's just get into our duds of the list here.
Nick Foles, Phillip Rivers.
We got. All right, let's just close this out with the dumps. Well, I have Cam Newton, obviously.
I had him just kind of. I didn't know what to do with him.
The same thing with Jameis. If he goes somewhere and he's a starting QB, then you take Jameis or Cam.
I guess there's I didn't know what. I put Case Keenum down. I listed him. He's now the backup of the Browns. I mean, is it possible that if Baker shits the bed again that they throw in Case Keenum? I mean, he did well when he was a part of the Vikings. I mean, he led them to a pretty successful season. Obviously, it didn't go well in the playoffs.
Here's my problem with Derek Carr, is that they have Mariota now.
Marcus Mariota does not scare me whatsoever.
It's just why are you picking up Mariota if you already have Nathan Peterman?
Oh, go fuck yourself.
If you already have Nathan Peterman, why are you getting Mariota? That's the first. If this thing blows up, that's the first athlete I would like to interview. Nathan Peterman. I gotta know what you're talking about.
Take his brain.
I gotta talk to Kenyon Drake too. I gotta ask him what it was like being on the Dolphins, and then how you just become this beast of a man when you go to a not really that good of a team either, the Cardinals.
I mean, he did have the one really incredible play against New England when he was a part of the Dolphins.
Oh, the running back they had?
Balaj.
Balaj. I gotta ask him, how is Balaj stealing reps from you, bro? I mean, that dude doesn't even know how to play football.
Damn. The other duds, I had Haskin as a dud. Josh Rosen.
I didn't even rank him.
Exactly. Trubisky, Flacco.
I like Flacco if he goes to the Patriots. I don't like it.
I just think he's kind of at the very tail end of his career at this point.
All
I
right.
don't see him kind of.
Close this out. We'll close to closing this out. Let's talk about the Bears quarterbacks first. Who do you think is going to get that job? Nick Foles or Trubisky? Or do you think it's going to be like, they just take turns starting? Or they split halves?
They're definitely not going to be splitting. It's going to end up, Matt Nagy's definitely going to decide on one starter. But it's really just going to come down to who impresses the most. Well,
dude, just seeing both of them on the roster makes me not want to touch anyone on this team at all.
Who, knows at what point we're going to know if this season's still going to be, going on at this point with all the shit going on in the world.
Chill.
I know, but they might have a lot more. Obviously Trubisky has youth on his side, but Nick Foles is a proven winner in the playoffs.
What else has he got?
Yes, that's it.
Nick Foles has a ring.
It's the same thing you could say with Derek Carr and Mariota. They brought in another quarterback. They kind of just
I feel bad for you if you have to decide between the Bears QBs and the Raiders QBs, and if you want to pick up like Cam Newton and he's on a team. Come on, bro. What are you playing? A 20-man league? Jeez, a whiz.
I think.
Well, Fitzmagic.
I had him really low. He's going to have phenomenal games.
Dude, all right, let's
he's going to have the duds.
They pick up Tua, and they're like, they say Tua is not going to start at all this year unless we are like negative, super negative. Do you think Fitzmagic is top 20 quarterback?
I'm sure he could be. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
See, I don't know why they don't pick Jameis up. Is that because they want Tua to start games? Or they just don't like Jameis? Or Jameis doesn't want to play for the Dolphins, and it's already been a conversation.
I can see why a bunch of teams would be trying to avoid Jameis Winston.
Whatever. They gotta give his new eyes a chance.
I'm sure he's going to be on a roster. That's obvious. Now, I think it's not going to be for a team that has like a set quarterback. It's definitely going to be one where he can actually compete for a starting job because I just don't see. That's possible. Because in reality, besides the interceptions, he did lead the league in passing yards. Now, obviously, his receivers were like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. They're both going to put up 1,000 yards each. Yeah. So, I don't know. I cannot imagine myself taking Jameis Winston off the year he had.
I don't know. I wonder what people are doing with, like, what people are doing that have him on their team. Like,
I guess it depends what they have as other quarterbacks.
Like, if my rookie draft was coming up, I think I would drop him for a rookie quarterback.
It depends what rookie you can get.
Would you? Okay, let's say
of the top rookie QBs coming in. I'm looking at Burrow, Herbert, Tua, Love, Eason, Fromm, and Hurts. Realistically, I'd only drop him for Joe Burrow, Tua. Now, it obviously depends if they get the starting nods and whatever. And if Justin Herbert, for example, goes to the Chargers, is Tyrod going to start over him? Or because I could totally see that happening if he goes to the Chargers. Yeah. They let Tyrod, kind of like what they did with Baker when Tyrod was the starter for Cleveland. Then Tyrod obviously didn't exactly pan out for them. But it's a veteran to get him somebody to look up to, show him the ropes of the NFL, and not just.
I didn't even rank Tyrod either.
I wouldn't. I don't see him doing a whole lot. I can see him if they draft Justin Herbert or any other of the rookies that he would get replaced midway into the season. I didn't even rank Daniel Jones. I kind of forgot about him.
Come on, man.
I know. He would definitely be higher. He would be somewhere in the 10 to 15 range.
If my QBs was Matt Ryan and Ryan Tannehill, I would be trying to trade for Lamar, Mahomes, Kyler Murray.
I mean,
Josh Allen.
Let's say you already are, like, we're just only we already have our teams drafted. You're going to have to give up picks and picks and picks and more picks and then a bunch of players for,
pretty much.
You can't.
Okay, dude, here's you're not getting Mahomes.
Okay, realistically.
You're not getting Mahomes from
You're
anyone.
not.
You're not getting McCaffrey from anyone. I think you could get Lamar from someone, honestly. I think that there's a lot of people this year that won with Lamar, dude, and I bet a lot of them aren't thinking it's going to be the same production. I'm not saying that to hate. I'm not saying that to jinx. It's just like, I really expected them to beat the Titans, man.
I bet the Patriots expected to beat the Titans, too.
Ah, come on.
I think Derrick Henry just kind of steamrolled through a couple teams and had 2 phenomenal games.
Yeah. I mean, there could also be a lot of people that worry about, like, Lamar's health. Everyone's always talking about that. Is he going to get hit?
I see. That's the thing, though. I mean, obviously he's more susceptible because he is running a lot. But any player, one hit can be a career.
That's true.
So, like, it's just kind of...
That's a stupid reason. I traded away Lamar because I thought he was going to get hurt. That's stupid. You can't say that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
I'm busy.
All right, it's pretty much it. We're going to have another video this week after the draft. It will be probably a rookie reaction video.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then later on, we'll do the running back, receiver, tight end. And then, like in a month or two, we'll come back.
Kickers.
We'll redo these rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is going to change a lot. Thanks for watching Dynasty Dweebs and listening. Like and subscribe. Peace.